Hello, this is Mr. Jackson. I am here to teach the kindergartners and first graders a lesson about a famous artist. These are a couple of paintings that I'll include pictures of. The artist who painted these is named Mary Cassatt. She's an American painter, and she's most famous for painting pictures of people and telling stories through her art. Often she would paint pictures of mothers with their children and kind of showing that relationship and using skills of observation to make things look real. I'll also include this paper on the lesson, and it just says a few things about Mary Cassatt. She's known for painting pictures of people, and her paintings often tell stories. We're doing a portrait, a picture of a person, and you're going to do a self-portrait, a picture of you. So this one that I'm going to do is going to be a picture of me and my dad. I have some examples that I'll include, but I'll show you kind of how I made these. You can use whatever materials you have, whether that's pencil, marker, crayon, painting. I'm going to do mine as a combination of marker, painting, and oil pastel. So please use skills of observation using your eyes to make it look real. You could even include a picture of, have a picture of you with your mom or your dad next to you as you look at it to draw it. This is the only part I'm going to use a pencil for, just to get a really light outline here and just to make sure that I can fit my space on here. And I'm going to do the rest with a marker, just so that it's easy for you to be able to see. I'm going to do my ears. This one's going to be me. And I'm going to do kind of an oval shape with maybe a circle with a circle inside that. You could do like an L shape or a J shape to do your nose. When Mary Cassatt would make pictures of people, she would kind of show their feelings. So I'm going to show that I'm feeling happy spending time with my dad. I'm going to do my eyebrows. And then since I have this as a light line, I'll outline it now. And then I'm going to do my hair up here. And you can do yours with pencil. If you make a mistake, it's much easier to erase, but just so it's easier for you to see, I'm going to do mine with marker. I'm going to do my neck. Often that's a part kindergartners or first graders forget. And then I'm going to do my shirt. And I'm making it so big that I'm going to have my body go right off the bottom of the page. If you want to do your arms or something in there too, that's fine. Think about maybe your favorite clothes that you like to wear when you're spending time with your mom or your dad. Now this is me, and this is going to be my dad. Kind of using a lot of the same ideas as ovals for the eyes with some circles inside. Kind of the same ideas like an L shape, or you could do like a J shape. And do his lips. You could have your mouth be open with your teeth inside. My dad has glasses, so I'm gonna do glasses around here. And he has a mustache, so I'm gonna put a mustache on him too. To the bottom of his chin, his shirt. And my story is about how my dad and I like to spend time golfing. That's like one of my favorite things I like to do with my dad. So I'm gonna think about our golf shirts that we wear. His hair is different than mine. It kind of swoops down like this. So just kind of think about the different things that might make your mom or your dad look like them and what makes you look like you. The background I'm gonna try to keep pretty simple. We talked a little bit about this year. This is called a horizon line. It separates the sky from the land, so this is kind of like a hill. And then I'm gonna do the golfing hole, maybe some sand, some zigzag lines for grass, or maybe a tree, maybe a pond or a lake. Let's get maybe a little bit more detail in here. Think about if it's gonna be a sunny day, a cloudy day, maybe it's gonna be a windy day. Get a few clouds up here. Maybe a bird flying by. So once you have things drawn out, if you just want to color it, you can color it. I'll just move over to this one. This one's the same idea as what I started with. But in order to make this example go faster, I'm only gonna do part of it. But often if you just color it, you can pick colors that you think are realistic colors, picking a color that is a skin color. I'm choosing to do a darker brown, even though my skin color is lighter than this. Since I'm gonna paint it, I wanna do a little bit of a darker color so that it just doesn't get covered up with paint. So I'd outline all of these lines. My hair is brown, so I would do brown. If your hair is black, do black, or if yours is red, you could do red hair. But picking colors, and I'm gonna do, mine is like a dark brown, so I might include a little bit of black in here too to make it look a little bit darker. But since I'm choosing to do a paint color for my face, I'm not going to color in my whole skin color. My eyes are blue, so I'm just gonna do the circle part. I'm gonna leave the outsides white. My lips are kind of a pinkish color, so using some of those skills of mixing that we talked about this year, I'm gonna mix a little bit of red with this really light peach color. That works good. And then I find it the easiest when I'm thinking about coloring. If I'm gonna do color and paint, I might just trace the lines and color the shapes. So that's a shape, so I'm gonna color it. This is a line, so I'm gonna trace it. A line, just trace those, and then the larger spaces I'm gonna color. So here is kind of the same idea. This is a line, so let's trace it. This is a shape, so let's color it. The sand here kind of is a shape, so let's color that. This is a line, so let's color that, let's trace that. Let's move over to this one. This one has more done. I left my sky to be painted, but I colored the clouds in so they don't get covered up with paint. So I used some gray and some white, colored those in, colored in my sun. I used a combination of kind of an orange and a yellow. I even traced my wind, my bird that was there. So once your lines are traced and your shapes are colored, then you can start to paint it. I have a few different brown paints that I have here. And I can mix any of these colors together to get a color that matches my skin. So I got this one here. I just poured some of this liquid paint. It's a liquid tempera. So I don't really need much water. I can just get a little bit of water. It's already liquidy, you can see that. So like one drop of paint will really go a long way. I want to paint kind of around my eyes. I don't want to cover those up. Kind of paint around this. And sometimes students forget to paint in their neck. So your neck is going to be the same color as your face. So here, I'm going to paint those in. And then any areas where the paint is a little bit more thick, I'm just going to brush that out to create kind of a even skin tone. Okay. Now let's just pretend, to make this example go a little faster, that I painted in the skin color for my dad too. Your mom or your dad might have the same skin color as you, or they might have a different skin color than you. So you can just pick what matches them, since we're using skills of observation. So pretend that I did that. Once I have that done, I'm going to move over to these paints. You can use whatever paints you have, or you could just color it. So be a problem solver. I'm going to do some blue here for my shirt, and I'm going to make my shirt blue and white. So I'm going to paint that in, paint this in, paint this in. And in art, we've talked about, one way that I make things go a little faster is to paint it all first and then mix second. So I would just paint this space all in. And then if your brush is making a little bit of a scratchy sound, you can just try to be more gentle with it. And I would paint in my dad's shirt. Now I could do a blue sky, that could be cool, but I think I'm gonna make mine more of like a sunset. So I'm gonna use a few different colors that work together. I'm gonna start with some yellow, bring that down here. Then I'm gonna move over to some orange, blend those two together. And then I'm gonna go from orange into a little bit of pink. So if we were doing this in art, we'd probably spend 3 art times making this. So I'm trying to go quickly so that you don't have to watch a super long video and you get what you need so you can make some cool art. But don't feel like you need to go this fast. You could spend some time working on it and then taking a break, and then work on it a little bit more and take a break. But whatever you would like. Once I'm done with this, after I paint it all, sometimes I like to add a little bit of yellow into the grass, make it look like the sun is shining on it. And then you can see my sky color kind of has gotten a little bit faded, so once it dries, I'm gonna probably add a little bit more yellow and add a little more orange, kind of blend this together. And this one is one that's finished. You can see that I did my dad's skin color and mine, and I painted that one. And this one is a blue sky. I used 2 different colors of blue. I had another blue paint, so I used a light blue and a dark blue in it too. So I hope you have fun painting pictures of you. And it was just Mother's Day, so if you did a picture of you and your mom, it could be a late Mother's Day present. Or if you did a picture of you and your dad, maybe that could be a Father's Day present for Father's Day in June. So just think about stories that you like to tell through your art and things that you like to do. So have fun and keep making art.